Saturday, the second Saturday in December. I'll be talking today about boosting your immune system. We're in the depth of the virus and the flu and other things that are potentially very challenging in a season like this. So at the core of what we want to talk about today is your immune system resilience. How does your immune system cope and deal with the challenges that it's facing? Again, my name is Charles Sine, CEO of Antifragility Health. So we talk about immune resilience, and there are two things that address the underlying issue when we talk about the immune system. So we talk about the physiological resilience, which means that when there's an attack, what is going to respond to that attack? And then we want to look at the metabolic reserve for the immune system. So you need both. You need the resilience to cope with any attack, and then you need the metabolic reserve to build up the reserves if the attack is a sustained attack. So let's start with what products are required for physiological resilience. So we're going to talk about three big products required for physiological resilience. Vitamin C, we have here the C flavor. Vitamin C, we know is a powerful need for the immune system. Vitamin D and zinc. Zinc is responsible for ensuring that the virus does not multiply. So it's important that we have zinc, vitamin D, and vitamin C. These three are critical for physiological resilience. It's very important. Again, I just want to make sure we're very clear. Physiological resilience is the ammunition that you need to fight the initial response. So our initial response, immune response, requires vitamin C, vitamin D, and zinc. So these three products are going to help you, especially the vitamin C and vitamin D. They're going to help you with that first response. But we do not know how deep and sustained the attack is going to be. And that's why you need to build the metabolic reserve. So we have a couple of other products here that are going to help with that. So the first one is Turmeric. That's from turmeric. We know that viruses land and build their sustaining in inflamed tissue. And the inflammation that is also a response of that initial attack. It's called the cytokine storm. That storm, as we know, acute inflammation is created by the response of the immune system to attack. But we want to dampen that inflammation because the inflammation itself leads to a lot of other damaging issues for the tissue. So it is important that even if you have residual inflammation, that plus the inflammation that is created by the cytokine storm, you want to calm down those fires. So that is Turmeric's work. The resveratrol, let me talk about the NAC. NAC is a very, very important product. It serves as precursors for oxidation, for attacking oxidative stress. So as an antioxidant, it serves as a precursor for supporting the antioxidants that manage oxidative stress. So what's oxidative stress and how's that connected to the immune system? So when the cells are under attack, because of that attack, the cells begin to suffer oxidative stress, and that would weaken them. So it's attacking the cells, right? And also the immune cells are also fighting. So most of them both the cells under attack and the immune cells that are defending will be suffering oxidative stress. And that oxidative stress, you need NAC to address that oxidative stress, because cells that are suffering from oxidative stress are not operating at optimal strength. So we want to ensure that both the immune cells that are defending and attacking, plus the cells that are under attack from the virus or the bacteria, will not be able to overcome the cells. So this is part of our defense, right, in terms of the metabolic reserve. So again, I just want to go back and let's look at the products very clearly. These three products, vitamin D, zinc, and vitamin C, are your first line of defense. So for people who are who have immune systems that are compromised, and what do we mean by a compromised immune system? That means that you either have chronic illness or you have attributes that show like autoimmune illness, or you have a lot of allergies, or you get sick often, or you are taking cancer treatment. A lot of people, what we call the people with vulnerabilities, have a suppressed immune system. So using this as your first line of defense for that immune system is critical. Now, the second line of defense is what we call the metabolic reserve. That is where they're going to pull their forces from to fight. And we already spoke about NAC, which addresses oxidative stress. But there is now a lot of research around melatonin, which we use. It's a natural hormone that helps us to sleep and rest. It's also a hormone that helps us align with the circadian control and rest and a lot of other things. But it also helps suppresses inflammation. So the melatonin is known very critical, and the reason why a lot of young people don't get sick from viruses is really because of the amount of melatonin that they have. Because melatonin calms down a lot of the inflammation so that the viruses have nothing to attack. And if you notice, most people get sick mostly in the evenings, and they have fever at night. Really, that is when melatonin is in action, and the fight really happens during the nighttime. Let's look at resveratrol. This also contains turmeric, and it contains a lot of things that help as antioxidants to support the overall rescue of what we call the mitochondrial defects. So when cells and the immune cells are fighting, they're going to have a lot of issues with energy. As we know, the mitochondria is our energy source. And so anything that would affect that energy source needs to be repleted. That's why this is part of the set for the metabolic reserve. We want to ensure that the mitochondria has enough supporting fuel to really sustain the fight. We have, I spoke already about Turiva, which is the turmeric, but we also have Vera. Vera is really critical for people who are already under attack. If you are already showing a lot of symptoms, viral symptoms, whether it's a cough, ache in the back, or stomach ache, and all the other underlying issues, high blood pressure from the attack, Vera has a lot of proven support and natural ingredients to help with that. So at Antifragility Health, we have built an architecture of products that would build your physiological resilience, which is the first defense or offense against any bacterial or viral attack. Why am I talking about viral and bacterial attack? The immune system is the only one that can kill viruses, But what happens as the body is under sustained attack from viruses, the bacterial guys go in, and ultimately people die from the bacterial infection, not from the viral infection. The virus distracts the immune system, and the bacteria says, hey, we have a clear ground, let's go play, and they multiply and cause a lot of damage across the architecture. So as I said, we've built this double-pronged strategy. The first line of defense is your physiological resilience, which is for zinc, vitamin D and vitamin A, vitamin D and vitamin C. And then for physiological resilience, we then have the other products lined up for that. So I wanted to leave that with you today as we move towards Christmas, and this flu season is getting very serious with the virus and everything else. I wanted to make sure that you can come to our shop, clinicalnutrients.com, or go to antifhlife.com, and you'll be able to look at these products, or you can message us on Facebook Live or on YouTube Live. Send us messages and we'll reach out to you and talk to you more about these products and make them accessible to you. So thank you for joining. Even if you watch this after the show, we welcome you and we appreciate your participation in our discussion and how we try to contribute to the knowledge and to make sure that you survive. Have a wonderful weekend. Thank you for joining.